200.
She's still going.
Oh, it'll go for a while. Don't worry about it. How's it going, everybody? What's up, Kyle? How's it going? Oh, whoops.
Anyways, how's
Hello.
everybody doing?
There we go. Wow. I just said a whole bunch of things that no one heard because my mic wasn't on. How's it going? Les Paul makes you feel uncomfy. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to do things for gear and beer. 'Cause it's Wednesday. Just horribly out of tune. And we're feeling good. How's it going, everybody? Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, no, that was fun. I just found this reverse delay patch on the timeline. That sounds cool. It basically just plays everything backwards. Yeah, so if you play like a whole phrase. And so I don't know. You can make some kind of cool sounds with that with the verb. Yeah, and just floaty silliness. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How's everyone's week been? What's up? Dave's here. Facebook users here. He's here every week.
Oh yeah.
They're here every week. Sorry, I shouldn't assume anything. Charles is here. Joel is here. Hip Metalworks is here. Oh man, everyone's here. How's it going? Cheers.
What's up?
Yeah, it's good. Nice to be back. Luke's back with us this week.
Yeah.
Derek has departed to, well, kind of to NAM. He's currently doing a bunch of things, but yeah, he's on his way to NAM now. Over the next 2 weeks, Derek and Dan and other Derek, who's our marketing guy, Derek Westra, and Sean are going to be doing the Gear and Beer Roadshow thing, which basically is this, but in a store.
Yeah.
Where you can actually talk to them as people and hang out. They're going to Legit Music, they're going to Eclipse Music, they're going to Flipside Music. And yeah, I'm trying to remember offhand. Council Bluffs, Iowa, Denver, and Kyle, do you have the list there? I saw Kyle's here if you have the list, but yeah, drop them in the comments there if you can, Kyle. Yeah, and if you're in the area, come hang out. Derek and Sean and Dan and other Derek are going to be there in the flesh. And having some beers and some gears and all that. But long term, they're making their way to NAM.
Yes.
Which is where we're going to be heading in a couple weeks. So the long trek. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Derek is definitely smart about like making sure to hit all the stops on the way down, because it's like if you got to drive down anyways, we might as well take that time to go. You know,
yeah, exactly.
See all of our dealers and stuff like that, because I feel like that time of year is like generally when we get to do that type of stuff. And yeah, sweet. Thanks, Kyle. Luke the Toque. Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, how's everyone doing? What's everyone drinking today? We got some lovely new beers from our friends at Torchlight Brewing again. I want to give a big shout out to Craig. Craig sent us some of these a while ago. Maybe last year. When was it, Manny? It was a while back. Ooh. About a year ago, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
And they were definitely some of our favorites that we've been sent, and he was kind enough to send us another pack. So this is Torchlight Brewing out of Nelson, BC, I believe. I think it's Nelson. Is it on there? Nelson's a really cool town, so that would make sense. Yep, Nelson, BC. Perfect. Yeah, anyways, thanks, Craig. These are some of our favorites. This is the Hazy IPA, which is, I usually don't like IPAs or strong beers. And the ones that I do like are generally really fruity, and this one isn't really like super fruity and sugary, but it's also not super overbearing and strong, so it's a nice balance. I really like it a lot. So this is the awesome flavor Hazy IPA from Torchlight. Luke does an adventure.
Oh, wrong way. There you go.
PBR. No devil juice for me tonight. That's good. You guys are making the smart choice. There, Kyle's got the dates.
Yeah, Kyle's got the list.
So Eclipse Music, West St. Paul, Minnesota. Legit Music, Council Bluffs, Iowa. And Flipside Music. It's April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So if you guys are around there, definitely check out those dates and go hang out with the guys. Try some gear out.
Cool.
Quad shot of Blanton's. It's been a week. Feels like, yeah, definitely feels like it's been a long one for sure, and it's Wednesday. I think it's just the time of year. I'm not sure about you guys, but it's been, I think I just saw, or my wife told me that this is the first March since like 1870 something that it hasn't gone above 0 degrees.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It's been like consistently cold, and not like, you know, like frigid cold, but like consistently colder than it usually is this time of year, and it's been definitely a bit frustrating. Definitely excited to get back down to NAM, but yeah, maybe for me at least, I think that's what it is. Just waiting for that to end.
Yeah. Normally the snow's gone by now, but.
Is it? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's almost April. Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah. More snow last year, but it was gone sooner. And then it just, I remember, there was that crazy rainstorm last year, and like everything flooded. Was that last year? Yeah. We had like, there was so much snow, and then we had like a record-setting rainstorm as that was all melting, and then everything, I remember that.
Yeah, no, I'm just old.
Sucks to suck. It does, Robbie. This is, Winnipeg has not been a favorite recently, for sure. One from 9C to -C. Nice, yeah. Frick, we're also in Canada too. It's even nicer. We gotta get out of here. Move the shop somewhere else.
Let's go.
Just
Yeah, I think this morning it was like -20 something.
-21.
So-
when I woke
Yeah,
up.
something like that.
Yeah, jeez, that's insane. Let's just move the whole shop and everybody to another place. Yeah. Doing good. Steve, you got your amp. Awesome, man. Steve says doing really good. Got my G20 Monday and took a few days off. Thanks. Yeah, we just signed the bottom because we didn't want to sign the lid on it because we didn't want to completely deface it because you can swap out the bottom if you ever need to. But yeah, thanks, Steve. It was fun to do that. We actually shot a little video that we'll post of that all happening. So yeah, anyone here, if you buy any of the demo B stock amps, we'll sign it for you. We don't want to, but Steve was very adamant about it, and we didn't want to. But we're like, we'll do it on the bottom. We don't want to deface your amp. Double Hazy IP at Rocker Studios. What's up? How's it going, Rick? Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a tattoo of Les Paul custom on your arm. Nice, dude. Well, I think we know where your opinion lies then in this whole conversation. Yeah, yeah. No, that's nothing, man. That's good. Like, I guess that's kind of what we want to talk about today. I guess, like, yeah, we were talking about when we were planning for this one too, because initially we were gonna do, like, vintage versus modern, and then we realized, I guess, like now, like the term vintage has changed quite a bit because there are things, you know, like this guitar is like 32 years old.
Yep.
Which, you know, if it was in like 2000 and it was 30 years old to be a 70s, you'd consider it like a vintage instrument. But now I think vintage definitely pertains more to like that era specifically, like 50s, 60s, 70s, some 80s too, I guess.
Yeah.
Like when you think of like vintage. So we kind of wanted to rephrase it as like classic versus modern, just because obviously, you know, like Les Pauls, like some designs have just kind of stuck around with some, you know, modifications. Like this is a 90s Les Paul. This one is a...
I think it's a 2013.
2013, so like, yeah, mid 2010s Les Paul. With, you know, like, and they feel super different, right? Like, obviously something that's the same in theory can change, you know, depending on material and just, you know, how companies have changed doing things. So yeah, that's kind of what we want to do today is just try some stuff out. Got a few Les Pauls, a few Strats from different eras, some older stuff, some, you know, some hollow bodies, some guitars that are not made of wood at all, you know, kind of stuff from all over the spectrum. But yeah, curious offhand, you know, what do you guys consider like a classic design? I guess like vintage to me is, yeah, like anything like dated in that era. But when I think of like classic, I think of like a Strat or a Les Paul. Regardless of era, that's kind of like a classic design that has stayed around. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a different word, and that was, I guess, what made us rethink doing vintage. But
yeah,
what do you think?
I feel like, yeah, classic is more so the model of guitar, I find, because when I think of vintage, I'll think of the years, and then when I think of classic, I'll think of models. So yeah, I'll think of like the Strat, the
it's
Tele.
Like, oh, that's an old classic versus like that could pertain to something that's just like been a tried and true thing for a long time, right? And even those can change too. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I guess that was it. You know, like how many times have I picked up a Les Paul? Like Robbie was saying, it's weird to see me with a Les Paul because I don't really like them usually. And like this thing rips. It's awesome. This is Dorian's 91. And yeah, I guess we'll kind of get into that, the 91 specifically. But yeah, I don't know. That kind of goes to show you, right? Like two Les Pauls can feel so different and sound and feel different. This one feels awesome.
This one feels really good too.
And you're more of a fan of like the traditional type stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like, Fender Strat guy.
Strat guy, not a Les Paul guy. No, fun. What about you guys watching? Like, do you guys, like, what do you, I guess kind of same thing, like, what would you consider kind of like the most classic guitars? Like, obviously Strats and Les Pauls. Do you guys prefer that, or are you guys kind of a fan of a lot more of like the new designs that have come out, whether it be like, you know, super Strats or even more some of the more modern shapes, like, you know, the headless stuff or whatever? Like, that's obviously kind of like the peak of modern guitar, right? Like who here kind of sticks to like the more classic designs like Strats or Les Pauls, or who likes to play, you know, the more adventurous stuff? I feel like I'm kind of in between, you know, like I like a modern Strat, like the modern classic type thing, I guess, if that makes sense. Cause like obviously Strat's like a, you know, tried and true design, but I like a lot of the more modern features and like, you know, newer types of pickups that have been developed that aren't just like PAF style pickups and stuff like that. Right. Like they, you know, they have a sound, but for me personally, I kind of like something in between the classic sound with something a little more hi-fi, you know, like a little less loose, like. Yeah, I know you're a big fan of the Fishmans, which is funny because like you're a Strat guy, but you like, you know, it's like Derek too. Derek's a big Tele fan. We got some comments here. Dave says, whatever feels good and makes the right sounds like a partner. Exactly. There you go. Nice. Yeah. That's great. Thanks. Thanks, Dave. That's awesome. So I could just go up a little bit there, Alex. The Explorer, Flying Bean Explorer for Gibson.
Nice.
Yeah, those are pretty classic too. Those are good examples of like a little more like wild shapes that are still considered classic. 100%. Yeah. I've held tens of Les Pauls and only one ever felt good, but SC-shaped ESPs always did. Oh yeah, yeah, like the. Single cut, like the Eclipses. Yeah, I guess so. But they were always like, it was a single cut, but they were a thinner body profile. I think for me, that's what it was, is the Les Pauls are a lot bulkier, which, it's like if you think of like American muscle cars versus like, a sports car. It's kind of the same thing, right? Like they're big and bulky and loud, but like, you can't really replicate what it does and like what it feels like to drive one of those things, But a lot of older classic models that are uncomfortable because they don't have the car. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Devin, that's what I was saying about the Strats too. Like, a lot of old Strats with the big necks or like where they're really round. There's nothing wrong, I think, with having like a beveled side and stuff just for the sake of comfort. Like there's some modern concepts that are there for a reason, because we've learned things. But Robbie, I tend to buy more traditional stuff, but I've also had my fair share of modern stuff. Les Paul Guide Hard though. Nice, cool. Nice. Without pick guards though, right?
Yeah. 50s or 60s necks.
50s.
If we're talking, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking?
50s all day.
Nice.
I'll go for a thicker neck all day.
Best description I've seen of playing a White Falcon is like playing a bathtub with strings. We have the White Falcon right there.
Oh, is it up there?
Yeah,
oh, yeah. It is.
I don't know if it's been in frame yet, but we have one there we can try. Yeah, we'll play the bathtub later. Be great.
50s with no guard. Okay.
Classic PRS, nice 5-position switch. See, that's a good thing too, because the 5-position switch is more like, on the. I'm assuming the classic PRS has the humbuckers. Like the humbuckers with the 5-way is more of like a more current thing, right? 1970 Strat Vintage, nice. 1980 62 reissue,
nice.
Classic, nice, exactly. And I have 2022 ESP E2. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Really nice spread of guitars there, Rick. Yeah, and that's something from every era too. Rick, that's really nice. 50s with no guard, nice. There you go. Do you have an era of Les Pauls? Yeah, 60s, 70s. You're saying?
91 is my favorite.
Well, it's funny because 91, like Dorian tipped everyone off to it. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think I saw someone comment before we started here. Like it kind of holds a place within the genre too, because I feel like a lot of genres have definitely evolved sonically, and I think there's definitely a resurgence in more of like the old school like folk stuff and things like that, and obviously the older gear that was designed for that and made for that still does that better than I think a lot of the newer stuff if you want it to be more stripped down. So like there definitely is the right place for that stuff too, for it not to sound quite as hi-fi and refined. Like that's not always what you're going for, right? It kind of depends on genre as well. So I love a souped up.
I would love an MR2 as well.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So I guess to start, I have the 91 Les Paul here, which is Dorian's. Dorian's our media guy, in-house. I don't know, he does a lot of stuff. He does like pretty much all of our design, does a lot of the video work, does a lot of the audio work.
Who wants to see him on the stream?
Dorian will not do it. It's funny because he used to play in a band that was like on I think they were on Trustkill. Like Dorian did Warped Tour and like they were big for a while. Like that dude knows a lot of people through that band. But yeah, he like will not get on camera at all.
I think they were on MTV at some point,
they
or Much
were.
Music or something.
Yeah. If anyone's ever heard of the band Sick City, that was Dorian's band. Yeah. I remember seeing them live, like way back in the day, like at the old West End. I must have been in like 9th grade with. Do you remember Dolphin Striker, or like those bands?
That was one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
So good.
Awesome. Yeah, like all those post-hardcore bands. It was them, Portamoral, and like it was, like all the old Winnipeg like hardcore bands that were great.
Yeah.
But Dorian he's a big Gibson guy, big Marshall guy, and he from the get-go has always been like, 91s are like the best year for Les Pauls, and I'm just like, what? Like, why? So he brought it, and he has several, like a handful of them, and this is one that he brought in, and we played it, and we're just like, man, like as I said, I'm not really a Les Paul fan. And maybe it's because I was playing the wrong eras of Les Pauls, because I feel like they've changed a lot, and I feel like the same thing can be said for some tube amps too. Like obviously, in the late '80s and early '90s, like when the engineering was getting a bit better, but they were still using like higher quality materials. There was less tariffs on certain materials, so they were just building out like the best quality stuff they could get. So maybe that just speaks for why I like this guitar a lot. It just feels like it's built out of really good stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know that sounds dumb to say, but like maybe that's just why. And like the neck profile does feel a little bit thinner. I think this is an ebony board.
Yeah,
From the
I mean,
look of
it looks ebony.
It
but
does, and I'm not sure if Derek's has. So Derek ended up buying.
He has one.
He bought one, but he bought one too, just because. Oh hey Mitch, what's up, dude? How's it going? And James, everyone's here.
Hey.
Nice. 90s was a good decade for Gibson, Joel. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, Derek was like curious, and he's like, well, frick, I'm gonna find one, and he found one and bought it, and sure enough, it's like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Sorry, Alex is telling me to move. You can just yell at me. It's okay. Be like, you're in the wrong spot. I didn't set the camera there. Is that better? Okay, great. Thanks. He gave me a thumbs up. Not a fan of Les Pauls either. It's not about the quality or anything for me, just about the shape.
Interesting.
Yeah, I will say I still, like, maybe it's just because I'm so used to a Strat, but, like, sound-wise, you can't really, oh, that's a lot of reverb. We don't want that. Hold on.
Yes, we do.
This sounds nice, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so open. And I will say this one has, like, really low output pickups, too. I think this has the Al Beardsell pickups, maybe. Because I know it's a local guy in Winnipeg that Chris Hanna from Propaganda has a set of pickups with. But yeah, I don't know, just such a, it's, you know, it's big, it's bulky, there's just so much resonance to it, and I think that you can't really deny that that sounds good, whether you like how Les Pauls play or feel or not, and that's the thing is, like, after getting used to how this one feels, or like the 91 or whatever, like, I would use this for certain sounds, because it just has such a great sound to it, and yeah, maybe it comes down to just how they were made then, and it being different, like, it's, you know, with some, if you get down to the whole, like, you know, modern versus classic or vintage of like the same model, I guess to me that is kind of the difference that I've noticed, at least with Gibsons. Like, I do like a lot of the new Fender stuff.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm not dissing on Gibson because obviously they're doing really well, but like personally, I haven't picked up any newer Gibsons that I've really been super stoked on. Mm-hmm. But pretty much all of the Les Pauls from the 90s that I've tried, I have liked. So,
yeah.
So there is definitely something that's different, you know. More than the design, I feel like flat radius, big frets, and low action will get. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like with this, the frets are definitely not as big as this one. Like this probably is the jumbos. Or no, maybe not jumbos, but they're definitely bigger than these.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like the Slash Les Paul. Like that thing just looks sick.
Yeah, it looks
like
real
the
nice.
flame top too, and obviously you know like the classic Les Paul, just like.
And the zebras.
Yeah.
Look cool too. 500T in the bridge, yeah.
Sorry, I can't see what that one says there.
Oh.
Probably throw a 500T in the bridge. Yeah. Fender's the sickest, big, famous, regular guitar brand around, solid and value prices. Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. 100% agree. Even the amps too. Like it's hard to go wrong with a Princeton or a deluxe reverb if you're on a gig. Which is we just did the whole pedal platform thing with Derek, and it's like it's kind of hard to beat like a Princeton or a deluxe reverb, and it's crazy how Fender has like always been a reasonable price point for something that absolutely will do the job. You know, like it's hard to go wrong. Luke's socks are sealing the show. That's funny. We were talking about Luke's socks before starting.
Guys, I wear socks like these all the time. You just can never see them.
Luke's sock game is always on point because he
Hold on,
is
stand up.
19 years old.
20.
20, sorry. Luke is 19 years old.
20. There you go, guys.
You know, they're showing your whole body, right?
I know.
That's true. Okay.
I just also wanted to show how tall I was.
I know. We know that you're like 6'7". Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
I thought you were doing a different camera angle there. That was awkward.
Yeah.
Just standing there for like 20 seconds straight.
I literally said, you know, they're showing your whole body, right?
I heard the robot cam going above my head, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Luke, he had it focused on your socks.
Oh, sorry.
And then you moved.
Sorry,
So
your ears.
Sorry, everybody.
that's all you.
Going from Les Paul to PRS is a major neck shoulder relief. Yeah, PRS is like a good answer to like a more modern humbucker design for sure. I know is this modern, but I'm trying to find a 24 fret HSS is very difficult. Yeah, that's true actually. I've had a couple people comment on that recently. Like, I guess aside from like Ibanez.
I did.
Walk on this line. Yes. And That's how old he is.
I'm
Round
20.
down to the decade now. 20 and a half.
20 and what's the date today? 29th? 28th?
It's basically April.
29th. 29 or 20 and 3 days.
You're 20 in 3 days?
No, 20 and 3 days.
Oh, right. It was just your birthday.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that. Oh, you're not 19 now, right?
I know,
That is a
I'm
new
20.
thing. I was like, I thought you were 19. That's a
No,
new
I'm
thing.
20.
Okay, gotcha. You're an adult now. Yeah. What do we think of this thing? So this is a 2013.
I think so. I don't know how to read Gibson's.
I doubt Derek's probably super busy, but if he's watching, but I think that would make sense based
That's
on.
what Dorian grabbed one of these and he looked at it and he was like, oh, it was the Lucille, and he looked at the year and he was like, oh yeah, and it was the first two letters. So the first two letters on this are 13. So
First two letters are 13.
numbers.
Just so everyone heard that.
Numbers.
The first two letters are 13.
Numbers.
And that's the year.
The first two numbers are 13.
Nice.
Sorry, everybody. Ibanez makes good guitars, but very thin necks with flat fingerboards.
Yeah. And I agree. And that's the thing is like finding it. Well, I guess the AZ is kind of like their Strat.
Yeah.
Or like Strat type thing where it's like a more modern C neck. And I guess that is the difference between, you know, like the Strat and a lot of the more like shred guitars, you know? But yeah, so I guess, 2013. So this thing is 10 years old now.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is,
crazy.
Which is crazy.
That's
yeah.
nuts.
So you would have been 10 when this guitar was
Yeah.
made. That's weird.
I know.
If you give me the rest of the serial, I can look it up.
Okay, mute my mic. Just kidding. 13449.
Fifth digit is the year, Richard says.
Fifth digit.
Well, it's a 9.
9?
So this is
2009?
newer then, yeah.
2009?
Or maybe.
What? 2049.
No. that's-
2090. It's sorry.
No,
it's
it's either 29. Well, it might be 20. It might be 2019.
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, this one is newer. Derek got this one more recently than the gold top. The gold top he's had for a long time. Do you want the serial number, Manny?
13449 0037.
There you go.
Watch as it's actually like a
With the SG
1990.
gets a lot of attention lately, even though it's in desperate need of a fresh setup. Yeah, it's setup season for sure with the weather changing, at least in Canada. 2019, Joel says. Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like this one's like even newer. This is
I
like
thought he got
probably-
this a while back.
The gold top he got a while back.
yes,
yeah,
that's what it
which is different. But this one I actually think I like more.
Yeah, me too. Because this one has the here. Let me bring it out. This one has the like 60s.
Here, I'll grab that.
This one has the like thinner, and also look at just the gunk on the neck there. Look at that. You can just see it.
I don't know if
shining.
anybody saw the Cheeto stream, but I'm sure that's what happened to this guitar.
Probably. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real. It got Cheetoed. 134th day of either the year 09 or 19. It'll be 19.
I can't count. Clearly, I don't know my numbers and letters apart.
You can't spell.
Yeah, I can't spell. I can't write. Can't do
Is that
anything.
an E flat?
Yeah.
So what I found is that it's been made on December 10th, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So almost 2020. Interesting.
There you go. So that one's like new. So this one then, based on that, would be 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, because they.
Yeah.
Why do I know that? I don't know.
Cool. So that's like, well, I don't know.
Well-
It's funny. This one does feel quite a bit better, like the flame top one.
Yeah. No, that just sticks in my head. There was 2008 for the Les Paul, like the / Les Paul's 2013, and then I don't know any other ones.
19, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, clearly. It is cheesy dust, let's be real. Hey guys, I like shred machines, especially Ibanez RG 6 and 7 strings. Only original Floyd Rose and Ibanez.
Nice. How's it going, Adrian?
Nice.
Like the classic shred sticks.
Well, we have one above Derek's office, a shred stick.
Yes.
Called Any Gig.
The Any Gig.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. We also have the RG 550.
We do.
Which is nice.
I'm not a fan of it.
This thing does not want to go in tune. I'm already like this already is like vastly different than
Experience
the, ni- than the
Gibsons.
91. This just feels a lot bulkier. It might just be the neck profile, I think.
Yeah,
And it's out of tune already.
like I said.
Yeah, I don't know if he had this in standard though. It might not be set up for it. I won't rip on it too hard. But I will say I changed the tuning on the 91 and it did not budge. So. what
He
is
does
that?
have foam on it, so I don't know if that helps with stability.
It's the setup too is quite different. Like the yeah. Feels pretty good. Get that thing a go.
All right.
Nice. Nice, use the shortcut there. Who's figured out the shortcut on the tilt without reading the manual?
I don't even know if they saw it.
That was quick.
I know. That's why it's the shortcut.
Play authentic in between tuning. That's how you play with one of these.
Quarter step tuning. Anyways, we'll wait 45 seconds for the comments to flood in about the shortcut. Don't know. I forgot the words there. Words are hard.
So is playing guitar apparently.
It is. Why do you think I'm stalling?
I know.
I'll play some dad rock.
Luke's. All of this is like when I have a dream and my rig stops working when I'm trying to play something.
Yeah, I'm living your nightmare.
It's just Luke at all times when we try to get him to play.
Robbie got it. The press and hold thing. Yeah.
There. I didn't. Oh, I just did Dorian's job for him there.
What?
After the funny moment, I went.
I edit those videos.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dorian made the trailer and he just sent it to us, and now we have it as a phone clip that we can put on anything. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anyways, so looking at this, I feel like it is mostly the same. This is the same. No, different artwork. This has the
logo's on the back of the headstock.
Yeah, same tuners though.
But it looks like it.
Just the Gibson Deluxe.
Gibson Deluxe, yeah.
And I will say, like, this right here is why the 91 is staying in better, aside from the buddies. This has the Grovers on it. And I'm not, like, a massive fan of Grovers, but in general, these, like, skinny shaft, like, vintage tuners, I feel like there's a reason that people did away with them. And I understand the want and the need to, like, keep it classic in terms of, like, aesthetics and, like, true to what it was.
Yeah.
But I personally think that with these specifically, there's a reason they've changed. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Using just both sides of the tilt there. It's funny because I really enjoy using the tilt with, like I primarily use it with single coil tones. It sounds like literally just like a cranked tube amp with humbuckers. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like smoother, but like very Marshall-esque, you know. I usually hit it with like the split, but that's awesome. Nice. Dig it. Even just like the broken clean thing. Man, I love the tilt. It's my favorite for sure. What are you laughing at? Alex? Oh, nice. He's a funny guy.
Going to get a tilt to run your acoustic for live stuff. Wow.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I feel like I've plugged my tilt into my acoustic on the stream.
Make sure you set the boost at like Unity, because it definitely can get. It is not necessarily a clean boost.
It can be, but you can also push it a lot more.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you weren't there for that. I played Slayer on my acoustic.
Oh,
Through a D20.
nice.
Or a G20, I don't remember.
Wow,
Or 120.
it's pretty metal.
I know, I'm pretty awesome. Use overdrive for acoustic more than a feeling. Oh, yeah.
Nice. That's sick. Did I miss one? Sorry, Alex. Do you mind just scrolling up there? I think I might have just missed something. Let's pull this one to play. My fingers use the 26.5 scale now, and I have to Yeah, maybe that's because the same thing. Like Strat's slightly longer scale, it does feel different. And sorry for whoever commented before, just ergonomically, like getting used to this, like the weight. And it's funny because SGs go the other way.
Yeah, I know they tip so
Yeah,
much.
so I kind of find that I'm kind of holding it all the time, like supporting it, and I feel like maybe that inhibits how much I think I can really lay into it. But yeah, here, let's switch these. I'm curious to try that one. See if there's like a huge difference. But yeah, definitely, Hero, you can try the 91.
Sure. We have too many guitars.
Just be careful with this one because it's Dorian's.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to crank her on anything. Yeah. Put the gold top over here.
Oh wait, I have a space over here if you need also.
Oh no, I'm good.
Just for in the future.
All good. I did drop the pick I had though. Is there another one over there?
There's a few.
Sweet. One of the jazz ones if you got. Yeah. We'll do. Sweet. That feels pretty much the same.
It's got a thicker neck, I think.
And this is what, 6 years newer? Yeah.
Yes. Math. Your polytune's on. Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm not hitting the polytune now. Oh, wrong
Oh,
volume
sorry
knob.
guys.
Oh, geez, I'm not used to the four knobs. That's my fault. This feels noticeably tighter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this feels good. This one feels quite a bit better to me than the gold top, and this is like within the last 5 years. Frick. Yeah, it feels like, it's funny because I think it's pretty much the same components,
Yeah.
but this one does feel, like way tighter.
I don't know what pickups are in the other one,
Talking modern, Mitch says, talking modern LPs. Do you guys have any LPs with modern metal mods or any modern mods? Not modern metal.
Not that I know of.
Any modern mods? I don't, but I think for me it would be like tuners would be the biggest thing. Just not the vintage style tuners. Like any sort of locking tuner would probably make a difference.
install the robot tuners.
Alex says the same thing. I feel like you never see me on an LP. It's because I don't usually play them. But send the finish off the neck. Yeah, it's funny. Darren got me to do that. He has I think it's like a 2014 gold top. It's funny because he has a 2014 gold top that just smokes. Like it's super, super, super nice. Like I obviously can't play it because he's lefty, but it just sounds amazing. And every time it wears off, we'll just get like the 600 grit sandpaper and just sand it down again. And like every couple shows, just like resand it until he like sweats it up and it's glossy again. And it's like, it's crazy how much it opens up. Like not only how it feels, but like it sounds brighter. Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if it actually does, or maybe it's just like the perceived brightness based on how it feels. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, sand down that gloss. Yeah, weirdest crossover episode ever. Best mod for an LP is to replace the neck body electronics hardware for something like a PRS or LTD, says Dan.
You lost me at LTD.
I started that thinking it was serious and was like, I see where this is going. That's great.
Although I do like PRS is better.
Yeah, PRS makes some really nice stuff.
Sam with a Les Paul is the weirdest crossover episode ever.
It's not bad. I like it. I should know we're keeping the standard. This one doesn't work.
Dang it, Ernie.
Yeah, sorry, Ernie Ball. The VP tuner broke already. The tuner doesn't engage anymore. Probably because the pot isn't hitting the low point, because that's what happens to all of them, and then they make this noise. So, I will say, by far the best feeling volume pedal.
Yeah.
If there was anything that could make a pedal that felt like this that wouldn't break in the same way, I would buy it immediately, because this feels a lot better than the Dunlop to me. But inevitably it starts to make the clicky noises and the tuner stops engaging, so now the polytune is there. Basically. Now it's just a volume pedal. VP tuner, volume tuner.
I have an
volume.
older VP that's not a tuner, and it only works backwards.
Does it not have a switch?
No, it does. but it only works in the backwards switch way.
Oh, it only works
Yeah.
like under the reverse mode.
Yep.
You put it upside down.
Oh, good idea. And I'll be like this. I'll go and then fall over my pedal board.
Just backward like that.
Yeah, like this.
It's like the guys that play keyboard like this.
Yeah.
But with your volume pedal. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
That's not bad. Yeah, this thing feels really
Good
nice.
one, Robbie.
I keep thinking it's like RF dropout and I'm just touching the volume knob on my pack. Okay, I kind of retract the modern Les Paul statement on this one. I like this.
I like it a lot.
This is nice, yeah. This is significantly nicer than the gold top.
Yeah.
Cool. I
agree.
still like the 91 more, but this one definitely has something about it. Interesting.
How classic are we getting with guitars today? I got my old 81 Explorer last year, and it's 11 pounds.
Oh no, James, I don't say I don't like Grover tuners. They're great. I said I'm not like, they do the job. There's no problem with that. I have them on guitars. I was saying I'd prefer them to the smaller shaft tuners, if anything. Like, put the Grovers on this, and I would definitely be happier than with what's on there for sure. No hate at all. It's all good. Post whatever you want.
Alex, can you scroll up just a tad? Alex, we have one guitar from the 70s. I think one from the late 80s.
Which one's from the 70s?
The
The lawsuit. We have the
Yeah.
lawsuit Les Paul here. Let's grab that thing, actually. Yeah.
And I think that's it for like early stuff. Is
Yeah,
like,
170s, 180s, couple 90s, mid 2000s. Oh, actually, we have most eras. I have two Aristides here as well. We can get super modern if we want to.
we have a 2008 Squire Mini over here too.
No pickguard, that's what it is. Oh, Kyle, thank you. I will say that the Les Paul sounds really good. I just got to get used to how it feels. It's the same spec as my Victoria. I think it's 2019. The bridge pickup is lit. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds really good, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I also like the flame. I'm a big fan of like flame tops too. You know,
It's hit or miss for me.
a little more detail.
I do like it though.
A nice flame, you know, like
Yeah.
a good flame. But
James, if you post it in the community, I will go look at it after.
yeah, definitely.
And then everybody go join the community.
Yeah, we didn't shout out the community yet.
No, we also
Did you
didn't.
know that there's a Rev community on Facebook?
Did you guys know that people still use Facebook? I did.
I use it strictly to moderate our socials. Mike, how do I like the Aristides compared to my other guitars? It is entirely different.
Thanks, Robbie. He's quick with that.
Sorry.
He's
Thanks,
so
Robbie.
fast.
Wow, do you have that shortcut saved? Boom. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Mike. I'll get to your question in a sec there. But yeah, we do have a Rev group on Facebook, which is not only for people who own Revs, but just people who are involved in the music community and want to chat about gear. And we're always like sharing gear, sharing rigs, sharing songs, all that stuff, just hanging out. So
Boys, I spilled on myself.
that's too bad.
So I can't decipher the difference between letters and numbers. I can't say words. Can't play guitar.
Oh,
I
you're
can't
making
drink
okay. I
properly.
didn't even understand that you were like digressing to make fun of yourself there.
No, that's kind of what happens. Oh, nothing's wrong with Facebook.
Derek chimes in. What's wrong with Facebook? Good to see you, bud. How's it going? Because the big on the Les Pauls is the neck angle. Yeah, totally. It's like a much steeper neck angle, and I feel like across all the years that we've tried, it's similar. But if anything, maybe the 91 doesn't feel quite as steep. Maybe
Yeah.
it feels a little more flat. Maybe that's why I like it. But the big thing on the Les Pauls is the neck angle. You get used to it, but never 100%. James says, I need to replace the cheap stock tuners on my Fender Stratocaster with Grovers. I took photos and posted Grover from Sesame Street on them. Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome. Sorry, Mike had asked the difference, or how I like the Aristides compared to the other guitars. And I will say, like, my 060 is still, I'll play it a bit later, but this 060 is still my number one guitar that I use for pretty much anything pertaining to, like, my own music or any of the bands that I play with. The Aristides is just extremely hi-fi and like super crisp and clear, and like every guitar is immaculate, and you know exactly what you're going to get with them. They're amazingly consistent. They're great to tour with because they aren't affected by weather. They're so present that on a couple corporate gigs, I've opted to bring a Strat just for like a couple songs that use like, really lighter single coil tones or more strummy stuff. But it's just a specific sound. Like you could still make it work for that. I find I'm quite heavy-handed live, especially when I'm not really being as conscious of it. So sometimes if I need it to sound a little more backed off, it's a little bit too present for that type of thing. But for like any of my own music that I'll ever do, it's always going to be, the number one guitar that I use, I think. And this is the 070, which is, or 070R, which is kind of like the 7-string version of the same thing. But the raw model, which doesn't have the outer kind of coating on the finish, so it's a little bit cheaper and a bit quicker to get built. But yeah, those are definitely like my two main guitars. I use this one actually a ton on a project that I'm getting really stoked about sharing. I can't say too much about it yet, but we're almost, whoops, let me just break everything. Almost there with it, so thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna use that one.
Okay.
But yeah, they're very different, and they're just like, again, super modern. Like, they take kind of the forward-tific, like scientific concepts behind tone to like the fullest extent. So if you're into a guitar that does that, then absolutely, that's the thing. Just hanging out in Fort Wayne's, nice. Yeah, you guys, Derek's at Sweetwater doing some presentations for some stuffs. You know what that means? That means there's new stuffs coming. If Sweetwater's getting the skinny.
The G3.
The G3 pedal coming next week. What are you defining as modern or classic? That totally depends. I think we were talking about that earlier in terms of like, we were initially going to call this modern versus vintage, and then we realized that there's a big difference between like vintage nowadays, I think pertains more to like an era of like 60, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. Whereas classic, I think, would more so just refer to designs that have stayed around for a long time. And I think, with Les Pauls, for example, there's like vintage Les Pauls and more modern Les Pauls too. So I guess classic and vintage kind of pertain to a different thing. I think classic just pertains to shapes that have stayed consistent and have been tried and true.
Big things coming soon.
Nice, big things coming soon.
Classic.
Yeah, Mike, similar vibe to like Music Man or a Bossy for sure. Much more modern, yeah.
What's a D25?
Yeah, we don't know what that is. I haven't heard of that before.
D25.
Never heard of it.
Huh. Is that pedal?
Maybe. I don't know. Something.
Huh.
Come on, Dan. Come on. Is it actually Dan Trudeau? Just with a different last name on the thing. Hello from Colombia. I think that's what that says.
Probably.
Thanks for Orlando. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Just picked up my Sir guitar. Pretty much ruined everything else now. Sir's a good example of taking a classic design and just running with it. Great, thanks, Derek. Derek always does that. It's funny because like anytime I accidentally say something, Derek's like, "Yo,
yeah,
you told them." And then anytime I try to be secretive, Derek's like, "Oh yeah, it's sick." That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know why Derek's at Sweetwater now.
Just picked up your Sir guitar. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What model of Sir is it?
Is it a modern or a?
Oh yeah.
Or a modern classic?
Vintage, classic, something.
Classic antique.
Yeah, antique.
One of my favorite Sirs I've ever played was Aaron's classic antique Strat. It was super, super nice. Yeah. Even like the antique Sirs obviously are like, still very modern in terms of like, they look vintage, but they still have the locking tuners and they still have the updated hardware that works and, all that stuff. So I think that's a good example of, keep sticking to the classic or traditional aspects that people like, but fixing the things that just fundamentally work better a certain way, So
the Thornsig, nice.
Yeah, sweet. Well, I'm gonna ditch the Les Paul because we've jammed on these for a bit. I'm gonna pick up the Strat here.
Yeah, you can put it. I got room on the boat.
More room over there. Nice. But what do you got over there? You have the
I have a Strat,
the gunmetal Strat, which is the '80s one. Do you need another? Did we bring another guitar here? We're missing a slot. Or are you full over there?
I'm full now.
Well, I'll take this and we can
Oh, yeah.
put that one over there. No, it's all good. Put that over there. I'll just swap out as I grab them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't have room. But then I realized.
Just take it out.
We're swapping, boys.
That's how it goes.
We're swapping.
Swapping. Nice. So this, I'm not sure what year this is. I'm not sure if Fender goes exactly
2019, I think.
I think it might be 2020 based on the serial number.
Yeah, close.
So what's this? Is this?
I don't know.
This is Derek's, right? This
Yeah.
isn't your dad's. So
No,
this
is Derek's.
This is either an early 90s or a late 80s. We haven't determined yet. What does the serial say on it?
E4. Yeah, E415274, which it can be anywhere from 84 to 92 or something like that.
So it's like a late 80s, early 90s Strat.
Yep.
So not like, again, not super vintage, but definitely like, classic Strat.
Really
I feel
standard.
like Strats in general are just like a classic design, but this one definitely is,
I love it.
erring on the more modern side of, I think, what Fender does specifically. Like, obviously, if you look at, I just mentioned picking up his Sur there. Obviously, Sur has gone, I had to burp there, sorry. Sur has gone a little more in the modern direction, but Fender, this is still a very classic Strat. But with this one, it's got the noiseless with the button here. It's got the split. This one does have locking tuners, kind of more of like the sparkle finish too, which obviously, is, I think, like, I feel like this type of sparkle where you're going to get the glare on it is more of a modern type thing. Like, this to me is basically going like full modern vintage.
Yeah.
Like the tortoise shell is definitely erring on the side of like 50s, 60s. Like, aesthetically, it's a hybrid.
The
of
yellowed
both.
neck.
Yeah, exactly. Like the more glossy. Like the back is satin, but if you look at the front of the headstock, it's gloss. So like it looks like the older glossed headstock, but the neck is still smooth.
Does it have like the waterfall sticker or whatever it is, like the Fender itself? Like, what does it have, like the glossy?
I don't think it does.
Can you put it in the light a bit? Keep going. No, it doesn't.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, like even then, like glossing up the front of it to look more like that. Like definitely went for the modern vintage aesthetic, but like. This is a good example of a modern Strat because it has your locking tuners. It has the humbucker with the split and the noiseless pickups, which I'm 50-50 on. Like they do work for certain things quite well, but I feel like they do lose a little bit of like the top end spankiness that you do get from like a classic Strat, But
should be 87.
87? Okay, sweet. Sounds good. So yeah, late 80s.
Yeah, so this is a 1987 Fender Stratocaster. I think just a standard. Strat standard or whatever you would call it.
Like
back then.
whatever used to be the American standard, yeah. But before,
whatever it is right now.
well, they've changed it. Now it's like the Performer, I think.
Yeah, there's American Performer.
And now what the Deluxe used to be is the Elite.
Ultra.
There's the Ultra. Yeah, Ultra.
And there's the
Elite.
twos,
Yeah.
like Elite Ultra 2 or
They've
something
changed
like that.
everything within the past like 5 to 6,
Yeah.
7 years. I used to have an American Standard Strat, and I think it was one of the last years that they called it that, and it would have been like 2015 or 16.
Okay.
And that was when they switched to the Pro, which had like the deep C neck instead of the modern C, which I think I prefer the modern C. I think in general that's kind of what I gravitate to, which is like most Strats, but like this one for sure has the modern C, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Dad bod cut, nice. I'd say the classic at this point. Yeah, honestly. So a little bit of a story with that. Like, I guess, so what was it? Derek had that Strat that he gave to your dad?
Yeah, so you had a 91 Strat that was the exact same as this. And then one day my dad was just hanging out at his office, I guess, and was like, man, I really like this color. It's probably my favorite color. And Derek was like, yeah, you can have it. I don't play it at all. And then he's regretted it ever since.
I feel like any instrument that Derek gets rid of, he ends up regretting.
Sonny sought out the exact same guitar, but this color I think is really rare because there's more like grayer ones, but there's not blue.
Yeah, it
like
definitely has.
It's in between like Lake Placid and like whatever you call like the silver.
With the metallic, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
It's odd. I've only seen, I think, one other one of these for sale, but
Cool.
I don't know.
It's cool that you managed to find another one. So yeah, Derek ended up finding another one recently, within the past couple years that he was able to get, and now Scott still has. Scott, Derek's brother, Luke's dad, still has that one, and now there's 2 of them kicking around.
Just hanging up in my basement, not being played.
Bring it here. Get them both here.
I like the other one better.
So obviously 80s, like this looks to be mostly original.
Yeah.
I would assume just like the Fender American like shop pickups.
I know
Everything just
nothing
looks
about
stock.
this.
No, it just looks stock. Like
It's got a glossy fingerboard, but then the back is, I don't know if he got the back sanded down because the other one he did.
Okay. I think this one that he got came
Like this?
like this. Yeah, whether someone else did it or not.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I mean, it looks stock.
nice.
If only he was here to tell us
Yeah.
anything about this guitar. Yeah,
Well,
it's a really nice color, though.
Colin said Strat System made the same way. When they first came out, he didn't like them, but there were many changes over the decades. I mean, it looked much different. Yep, definitely. Yeah. Like internally too, in terms of like, pickups and hardware, all that type of stuff, The guitar
it
is
is
stock.
stock.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks stock. Yeah, everything on it looks like it has the Fender tuners on it still.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it sound? give her a rip out.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But let me show you guys.
Grid is definitely a predecessor to modern on the Blue Strat. Yeah, 100%. With the saddles on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As opposed to like kind of the more scooped out ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Which I definitely...
These are super flat.
They feel much better. I feel like in the 80s they kind of started to get that stuff like a little more like ergonomically correct, you know? But Layla. TJ sanded it
Okay.
on the neck on the one we gave to the brother. Nice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Also put on stainless. Oh, right. That's the
Right.
one. That's the one that TJ did that crazy job on. Right. That's awesome.
I forgot that there are stainless steel frets on that one too.
Yeah, that's sweet. So his is actually souped up a little bit. This one's more original. Do it. Play Layla. Someone yelled Layla.
Oh, I was wrong.
Don't make the mistake now that we're just gonna hear it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, neck on this. Yeah, it feels a little bit slimmer than this one, honestly. Like I'll try it again
Yeah.
after, but it does feel a little bit more shreddy. Yeah, Derek's right. The neck feels great on it. Yeah.
Here, you can try it.
Well, let's-
Actually, I guess you have to try that one first too.
Yeah, we can compare after this. So, yeah, Derek, I put a tuner on here because the tuner stopped engaging on the VP Junior. So I will say, off the top, like in general, I'm not a huge fan of the noiseless pickups. I do find they take a little bit of the top end out compared to what you would get with just like the classic Strat
Yeah.
pickups. But the roundness is also kind of nice, like. Totally. Tones back a little bit. Nice, David.
Attaboy, David.
Yeah, pretty round. Like if you go to like these two, it's a little sharper,
Yeah.
right? So this is without the button pushed in on the volume. More top end. Like, I feel like it should be a little more jangly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with those pickups, like they have this certain pick attack. Like the noiseless have like a nice depth to them for sure, but there's a lot of the initial attack that's not quite there. But, you know, having that and having the humbucker obviously for... That's something that a single coil bridge pickup just won't sound like, you know?
Yeah.
But... Got some chorus here. Let's see how the chorus is going. Yeah. Yeah. It like yeah, I don't know, it feels as it should, but something about the noiseless specifically to me is something that I feel like was not like it's more versatile because it obviously allows you to play with like higher gain tones and stuff, but it loses a lot of what I think the natural thing that a Strat is supposed to do does.
There's not a lot of chime.
What's an instant classic other than a marketing? Any guitars that come to mind when you hear that? Instant classic?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I only like Strats.
Yeah, Strats or Les Pauls, honestly. Like if you think about that, but. Or I guess the 335 too. Like we got the Lucille over there that we can try out as well.
Which is not a. This one's not a semi-hollow. It's a fully.
Yeah. That's why it weighs so much. It's freaking massive. Why don't you try this out?
Okay.
See what you think. Trade Z's.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, right away. This is more what I like.
Which is weird because I like this better.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's just because I have bigger hands, so it kind of fits my.
I think I said this to you earlier today when we were talking about like how we were gonna do this, and I was like, I feel like with Strats, I don't know. I guess I like all eras of Strats for different reasons, but like with Gibsons, I definitely prefer the older ones.
Yeah.
Like Strats, I do like all eras and all aspects of that, but with Gibsons, to me, yeah, there's just something that's different. But anyways, you can go ahead, give that guy a rip. Give her a rip, bud.
I will.
Frick.
Don't you worry.
Oh, don't you worry about it. What is it? 28. Yeah, the twang, exactly. I always feel bad calling you terrible, but that's what your screen name is. But yeah, like it just has this certain like attack in like the high mid character that I don't think is quite the same for sure. Good job, Stobes. You're getting some props, bud. Shout out to Alex, Stobie, and Manny. And Alex, full name, and Manny. Shout out to Alex and Manny, who do a whole bunch of things for us, but yeah, doing camera and audio tonight and every week. Sometimes Luke does cameras too. No one's ever shouted you out.
No, that's okay. Oh, the Lucille is semi-hollow, but without the F-holes. Okay.
Yeah.
Still weighs a ton.
Chambered.
Although I do like chambered.
I'm gonna start taking a tally of how many times Luke gets corrected by people in the comments.
Well, actually, we could also do where I blindly am confident.
Luke just says wrong. Something that he doesn't know is real or not.
So constantly.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. And I'm not actually making fun of you. Actually,
I know.
Actually, I am, but it's not malicious.
It's okay.
Sounds better when you play it than when I do.
I love this guitar. Oh.
Nice.
It's okay, Timothy. I can take it.
Derek, he's 100% making fun of you.
That's all
I am,
good.
but I'm just being nice about it so that he doesn't feel quite as bad. But he's still going to.
Can you do the tilted view like the old Batman show? Like you're in the villain's lair. You know, like the like transitions.
Yeah, like the spin.
Yeah, can you do the cool spin transitions? Can you do some Star Wars transitions?
We need Dorian to make some animations that we can use to like segue in between cameras.
Yeah, that'd be good.
There you go. There's
That was close.
The Star Wars screen wipe. I actually don't
It's
know
like
how
an
to play that.
aha in the bridge of that song. Like in Take On Me.
I was gonna say that song. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing about you.
We're laughing about you.
About.
Yeah. Question: Strat player looking to buy my first Les Paul. Would you say that chambered LP would diminish the tone and should be avoided for the classic LP experience? I would say so, David. I mean, I think Les Pauls are known for having a really.
Oh, flex.
Nice. I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. Ultimately, I think if you're going to get a Gibson and go for a hollow body, like 335 would be the move.
Yeah.
Like Les Pauls are kind of known for the weight and just like for the natural, just kind of growl you get from the the substance of that guitar. Whereas like a 335 can still have that, but obviously is a little brighter and a little more airy sounding, I guess.
It's also
like
really
hollow.
warm though too.
Yeah.
At the same time.
The Gibson does a really good job with the hollow bodies of doing that for sure. But yeah, I think personally, if you're wanting a Les Paul for what a Les Paul does, I'd probably go for like the full solid body.
The full experience. I don't know. I'm a big Strat guy, but I also really love the feel and sound of a 335. So if that is anything for you. There you go. I'd forgotten about the Canadian thing with a boot.
A boot.
What about it? What about it? Oh, dang it. I messed up.
We didn't actually say it. We didn't actually say that.
What does the LP do? It growls. Sam, can you growl for us? That's what it. That's
It growls. I don't know, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just strum, you can just feel it. Like, there's
It's
just so
just-
much
yeah,
there. Like, there's
there's-
so much push. Like,
It feels
just,
heavy.
Yeah, totally.
Well, yeah, it is, but it also sounds heavy. It's just, yeah, it's a lot of feel.
Yeah. Also, Mike made a really good point.
Yeah, play it first.
As I was saying before, like, you know, the Flame Top / Les Paul and the Gold Top are pretty close in terms of what year they're made. I much prefer the Flame Top. So, like,
Yeah.
definitely, even if it's the same year, make sure you try it. 100%.
Also, what we forgot to mention is that there's a neck contour on here.
Yeah, which is
I was feeling that, which is the
and
modern.
and on the top horn too, sorry, the bottom horn there. Yeah, see how they kind of like
Follow me.
contours through there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I do. Oh, yes, I see that now.
yeah.
Which that is not on most.
No, this one's totally rounded.
Right here.
But even then, a little bit. But even then, this still has like the curve here. right?
Yeah, it's
Which
got.
is like
I feel like they've
yeah.
always had that belly cut. Maybe I'm wrong.
Derek. Okay, the
The gold top's
2006, 2020. It is 2006. Okay, we searched it and it told us 2016. So I much prefer the 2020, the Flame Top.
the December whatever 2019 one.
No, it's 2020. It said 2019. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Manny searched the serial number and it said it was actually produced at the end of 2019, Derek, the 2021. But it's like a 2020 model. And yeah, I much prefer the 2020 to the 2006. Also got one of the pick guard. Derek endorses this comment.
I would too. I endorse it. I'm Luke Eastfeld and I approve of this message.
He's lying.
I'm not.
He's saying it blindly. Bought it in 2020. Yeah. But it's a 2020 model. So like a day
geez.
before the pandemic. Pandemic
March
guitar.
12th, 2020.
Nice. Crazy. Yeah, no, it's funny though. Like at the surface they look like the same thing, but yeah, they definitely feel very different. The 91 and the 2020 were honestly pretty close for me. But you get my Strata of the case. It's a white, pretty close to what? Really? Maybe they just need setup stick. I just thought the Flame Top had like a lot more bite to it, like just in terms of
And
what?
it's thicker.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just felt tighter, like in the attack. Has the 50 stack, yeah. Yeah. Maybe I just prefer
The
that, I guess.
2006 has the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 50 stack. Maybe I prefer that then. It just felt snappier. It might just be that there's a little more substance in the neck for sure. Yeah, that's exactly it. Maybe the Gold Top just needs to set up, but like, yeah, the Flame Top just sounded like freaking huge, man. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna try this thing. I haven't yet. But already, dude, that's like classic 80s Stratone right
Yeah.
there.
We should play some like Police right now. Message in a bottle. Yep. Yeah.
It's funny. Meridian by Intervals. it's literally the same chords. Those are kind of like the more Holdsworth sounding chords. So I'm going to tune this thing quick. This sounds sweet though. Like these,
I like it.
These pickups have like that top endiness that we were talking about, just like, you know, the squawky. Guitar players say the stupidest words.
Chime.
What does any of these words mean? No one knows.
Squawky.
No one knows what these words mean, but we actually do.
But I understood what you meant.
It has more chime to it. Like it's just, you know, like the way it just. Even with that, no, the attack just sounds.
Single coil Strat for clean is the best. I agree.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, position 2 if you want like super 80s, like. We have the Squire Mini here.
We do.
Just gonna let the decay of the delay just dissolve in the background naturally.
Squishy, crunchy, creamy, smooth. Those are guitars. Is it peanut butter?
It's all the different brands of tone. Yeah. Yeah, man, I really dig this. I'm actually gonna have to say that I prefer the vintage Strat versus the modern Strat. Or not vintage, the 80s versus the 2020. Yeah, yeah.
I like this one better.
Yeah.
Just solely on the neck.
I wonder if this does like, because this just has so much top end to it, man. Like
it does.
For those split tones, like. I'll get the chorus out of here. The classic thing.
Even what you just said there, you just said the classic thing there.
The classic thing. Whoa.
Classic versus vintage.
That's like what we're talking about.
It's like, wow.
Holy crap.
So
you know when they say the title of the movie in the movie?
Then the credits roll.
It's like in Family Guy. He said it! Oh, man. But it is, like, that's the thing. Like, that twangy, like, top endness, like, that's the Strat thing, for sure. Like, to me, I guess, kind of affirms that I prefer how it's meant to be, you know? But, yeah.
I do like that a lot.
Really ought to take the Tokai Gold Star Strat copy. Oh, man, that sounds cool. I used to have my dad found a Tokai V body and neck with, like, nothing in it. And I forget, he probably found it online somewhere when we lived in Halifax, and he bought it and just, like, bought a bunch of hardware and put it in. I had it for a while. And I remember trading it for a Les Paul, and looking back, it was a really dumb trade, but because I kept the Les Paul not for very long. But, yeah, Tokai stuff was cool, man. Yeah. Peter Griffin laughing intensifies. Yeah, exactly. Just got a hold of an 82 Ibanez AR300 vintage. Nice.
Wow.
Hey, Derek, if you're still watching, do you have any idea what year this Ibanez Les Paul would have been from? Like a Lost Era would have been 80s, I bet, right?
I think it's 70s.
70s, yeah? Do you know
70s to anywhere from 70s to 80s, I think.
Yeah. It's like a hot tub time machine. That's funny. Let's try it. Before we switch to like the super modern things, I'm gonna switch to the Lawsuit Ibanez, which is funny because even this has locking tuners. I feel like someone definitely put these on aftermarket.
Well, and also these pickups.
These are Spurzels. Yeah, these are definitely not stock.
These pickups are also not stock either, I don't think.
No. Doesn't one of them not work?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. We'll find out. Oh no. This is bad.
Classic. Actually, my Squire Mini does that all the time.
You just need to file your frets.
Or, I mean, I don't play it, so I don't think.
Doesn't matter then, bud.
Yeah. My sister can just suffer.
75-ish Flat Ibanez. Thank you, JRTME. Yeah, Derek's had this thing kicking around for a while, and honestly, it's not bad, and I get why they sued them. Because they were making them, like, cheaply that were just as good. Except for that fret buzz right there. Yeah, literally just hear it through the lav mic. It's funny. Oh, no, we're not done yet. Hold on.
Oh, we're not done yet, boys.
Sounds really interesting. How do I feel about bolt-on Les Pauls? I don't know if I've tried any Gibson bolt-ons, but I like bolt-on necks in general just because they're so much easier to service. That almost sounds like single coily to me.
Yes.
I
was too scared to say it.
I don't know.
Oh, that's another one gone.
I'm just wondering if one of the coils is dead on this neck pickup because it sounds like super splitty. Thank you.
It does.
Yeah. Something's weird on this. Wire wired like out of phase or something.
Adrian, I believe so. I'm pretty sure most of any lawsuits are bolt on.
This has to be like out of phase or something. Yeah, that's really weird. Unless there's like something I'm missing here. I'm just
Can it split?
Pulling all the knobs now just to make sure it doesn't have a coil split going on. Yeah. There's definitely something going on with these pickups. I'll get my dad to take a look at it maybe. Oh man, what are we getting into now? What do we got over there? Got some treats?
I have a 7-string if you want it.
I have a 7-string here too.
Oh geez. Let's do it.
What? So just sorry. What kind of? I guess I kind of skipped over talking about what I like about all of these guitars and just said what I like more than the other. So, what do you think with the Les Pauls that we played? What do you think stands out about the 91 versus the new ones and vice versa? I would say to me, the 91 just feels sleeker.
Yeah,
and I don't know if they changed the neck angle or something on it, but it does feel like a little flatter. And I think maybe that's why I prefer it to other Les Pauls, because I'm not really used to the curve on a Les Paul.
Yeah.
The same way?
I don't know, because I prefer the Flame, like the 2020 model, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but Dorian's Les Paul sounds so good though.
Yeah, and it's set up really well too.
It is, yeah. It's set up almost perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sound mid's heavy.
A little bit of presence on the ever, a little trouble. Yeah, those pickups.
Oh, thanks, Robbie. It's also a
thanks,
custom.
Robbie. Like and smash and like. Smash the like button.
And like.
Smash the like button. No, that's not what I meant.
Smash a beer.
Smash the like button. Yeah, interesting. I think like the 2020 Les Paul, I think I just preferred how big it sounded, because it is physically larger, like bigger neck and everything, and I think that kind of contributed to the snappiness of it, because the neck is just thicker, like you're getting more off of it. But I think overall I prefer the 91, but I think that's what I preferred about each. Like, it's funny because those are kind of contrary points. I like how sleek the 91 feels, but I like how the 2020 feels or sounds, because it's
not
bulkier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and maybe that's why Les Pauls for me, it's always like one or the other, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer the tuners on this.
Yes,
for sure.
100%.
I think for me that's kind of the continual theme, is like I prefer the modern upgrades in terms of like tuning stability and bridge stability. Honestly, I will say I absolutely prefer the sound of the 80s Strat versus the newer Strat. It might be the noiseless pickup specifically. I feel like a lot of the newer Fenders I've played with the regular pickups I love.
Yeah.
It might just be that I'm not as much of a fan of the noiseless pickups, but yeah. 91 is weight relieved. There you go.
Interesting.
Man, you've got all the specs. Thank you, JR,
Yeah.
TME. You've got all the knowledge tonight. Really appreciate that. Yeah, cool. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think it's the same thing for me. It's like there are certain things that should have been changed just because they physically work better. But obviously, like the sound and feel of some of these things when they were built with better stuff a certain way, you can't really replicate, you know.
You can't beat it.
The same way. So someone said Lucille. They want to hear Lucille. Why don't you give Lucille a try?
I have to tune her up. I think she's in like C sharp standard or something like that.
Why?
Don't ask me.
It's a bad idea.
Don't ask me, boys.
What gauge is on there? What am I gonna grab?
They're light. Oh, actually, no, they're thick.
I'm gonna grab the.
Well, I saw Dorian. Dorian was just absolutely like bending 5 steps up.
I'm gonna try this as a Midas here, like very modern take on a single coil guitar.
Oh, it's
or
in
a single
C.
cut. Sorry.
C standard. Are you going to? Yeah. Okay.
I guess so. Yeah. Let's tune this one to standard. Oh no, it's already pretty much. Oh, it's in between.
So,
this guitar is directly in between tunings. I guess it doesn't matter what it goes to. And then after that we'll try. So does anyone here play anything that's like not wood at all, like an Aristides, or we have the Illuminati guitar here too? Yeah, exactly. Like something that is like that is very much in the field of like pretty much as modern as you can go, where it's like completely synthetic, like like headless guitars, like Strandberg and stuff like that. Anybody here into any of those kind of things, like Aristides or Strandberg or any of that type of stuff? I definitely love. Strandbergs to me, I really, really enjoy. They just feel so different that I'd have to go all in or not. Like it's just such a different feel. And I feel like I could. They're really nice feeling guitars, but the Aristides to me are kind of the peak of that. You have to do BB King faces. You have to, Luke.
Okay.
All right, tuning party's almost over, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pulling.
I will
it's
say,
pulling quite a bit.
I tuned this guitar before we started, and the heat in here and dryness. Yeah. Definitely has a much more modern C-type neck, though. Like, it feels much sleeker. And the neck angle is much straighter as well. But also more flat top, right? As opposed to having the contoured top, so.
Is there a belly cut on it?
Oh, yeah, there is, yeah. Or no, there's not.
I was going to say,
Crazy.
it didn't look like there was.
Yeah, no. Actually, not at all. But obviously the hardware on this is, like, pretty next level. This feels great, honestly. I think these are Japanese made, are they not? Yeah. I think it feels pretty good,
Yeah.
honestly. Was that not on the stream when you guys were checking out the Midas guitars? Was you and
I
Derek?
think it was me and Derek.
Yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time with these. This actually feels pretty
They're
good.
nice.
Yeah, it's like super solid. Quite impressed with this, actually.
I love how the knobs look like old radio knobs on that thing.
Totally.
Sure.
On this guy?
No.
No, I was gonna say it's like these things here. Yeah, and also these. It's kind of the old transistor thing. All of them have this really decorative like hardware, which is really cool. I think it's like a brushed nickel or something, but they all are kind of like lasered, which is really sweet. So.
The production of air guitar, they are wasting the air. Shortage these days.
That sounds great. The reverse delay tonight. I'm just gonna go home and jam on this all the time. Honestly, it's fun. It's like big soundscapey stuff.
Well, Robbie did. It was funny because I on a new Higher Low song, Dorian's mixing a new song for us right now, and I did that at the end of it with the Strymon, and Dorian called it that too. He's like, "Oh, it was like the whale calls at the end of the song."
It's like the.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
Just because there's no attack on it, right? Like, yeah, it's neat.
James, I don't think the Veritone is actually in, like, I don't think it's functional right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw when I pulled this out of the case, there was a bunch of pots and stuff. So I don't know if this is, I don't know if you upgraded the pots or anything, but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a 6-way switch, and this is just a complete.
It just kind of spins.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Gasp.
It is an evening of etheric guitar.
Nice.
That's
a
weird.
Good choice of words, Facebook. Yeah.
I'm loving all these transitions. These
What?
camera
Oh,
transitions.
yeah, man.
He's hitting all of them.
Slaying it tonight. Yeah, that thing is sweet, man.
Yeah, and it's the 5th. Yeah, 97. So this is from 1997. And this was from Alberta, if I'm not mistaken.
Built by Gibson, Alberta.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so why does it go more than 6? Because I just think the pots got upgraded and they needed to put something in here.
Maybe. Yeah. I think that was probably what it was, is they just rewired the inside of the guitar.
And then there was a big hole in the way, and they were like, well, let's put something that'll look cool.
Yeah.
Or a placeholder.
It's a fidget spinner, Dave says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using it for.
Also because 6 is not 10. 10 is the loudest.
Yeah,
It
see?
needs to go past that.
Well, yeah, because it does a full 1 to 10 sweep.
Yeah. They just got the numbers wrong. It's supposed to go to 10. Yeah. What do we got here? Luke, can we hear the guitar with the tilt?
You did.
Go for it. Do it again. Do you want to hear the drive side or the boost side, Flex?
Yeah, drive side or boost side, because right now I'm going neck pickup and boost. And that's my, that's kind of my sound. My sound.
Hey, Cliff, how's it going?
Hi, Cliff.
Any of the group, it's always just Facebook user.
Yeah, because it... does not change at all. The Veritone. Oh, is it for tone? Then why does it go
Yes.
past 6?
I was joking. It's literally a tone shift.
No, I knew. Okay, wait, I knew that.
But it doesn't do anything on this guitar.
No,
though,
no, it
does
doesn't,
No,
it doesn't.
no. I was gonna say this guitar, it's not in the circuit. Yeah.
It's not functional.
Yeah.
This one does go to 11.
So that's nice.
Yeah, I do like this a lot. A 6-way. I just have to buy a functional one, I guess. With a pick guard on it too.
Yeah, no, James, it definitely got rewired. I don't think it's in there. Yeah, like the
Yeah, because
top end, yeah. Right, that's what you'd expect.
and my wet effects are just putting in the work right now too.
Sounds good. I'm sorry, can you do the BB
A
King
lot of
space? Yeah. Oh, the Veritone options for it. Man, I wish the Veritone was working. Everyone's talking about it now. Let me try this thing.
I really like it.
Yeah. I'm going to spend a lot of time with this. Do you want to try this thing or no?
I've tried it before, but I can try it again.
Sure.
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 I just remembered how
Oh,
thin the
heavy,
neck
eh?
is.
This thing's
Yeah, I
massive.
like it though.
Holy frig, this thing's
Yeah, it
huge.
looks massive on you.
Yeah, I don't play guitars this big.
It's a normal size guitar for me.
Yeah. It's funny, yeah. It's like, it's very wide.
Yes. Oh, BB King, yeah, he was a big dude.
Also, 335s, just your big guitars.
Yeah, they are. I love 335s. Oh, I thought you were gonna play SpongeBob there for a second. I find it's really dynamic too. It'll really clean up, and then if you dig into it, it'll really dig. But that also is
Yeah, man. Like it's smooth, but like when you like going from like just the
yeah, and the tilt helps with that. I find.
are pretty nice, man. Frick, that's a really nice sounding guitar.
It is one of my favorites here.
It's gorgeous. I haven't spent enough time with this thing. Frick, I want to just jam on this now. Just go like super, like yeah, it's really like jazzy sounding.
Well, yeah.
But it's big. It's like hard to
Yeah.
play. Yeah. Nice. I dig it. You can have it back.
Thank you.
I won't steal it from you for too long.
Thank you.
But frick, this thing's awesome. This might actually be one of my favorite guitars you can play tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
And this is a 90s one, you said?
97.
So I guess it's like, yeah, freaking 25 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
5
Feels
years.
really good.
5 years older than
Really,
me.
really nice.
It is.
See you, Cliff. Have a good one, man.
See you, Cliff.
Is that the top coil? Kind of. It is. Yeah, that was the. Oh no, not a coil.
It
tap.
doesn't have a
No,
coil
not
tap
a coil
on
tap.
it.
Sorry, I think I just meant like the top.
That's
pickup.
just the stock, or maybe not stock. I don't know. That's just what they sound like.
Yeah, it's just two humbuckers. Like, nice.
I don't know if they look better in red. I mean, a black 335 is probably my dream guitar.
Black 335.
Yeah.
So basically that.
Yeah. Well, like with silver.
Right.
Silver hardware.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
And sunbursts are really nice too, actually. 335s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy Brendan has a really nice, just brown like mahogany finish one. You know the
Oh,
guitar.
the walnut?
Manny knows the guitar I'm talking about. Yeah, the walnut.
Walnut,
top, sorry. Yeah. And that thing sounds so good. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. I was playing that through my Mark I once. It was just like, frick, this sounds so good. Yeah, like better than my guitars. But it doesn't. Yeah, that thing's crazy. It doesn't feed back like you'd expect it to. Like he uses that guitar for like everything. But
Red guitars sound better. Huh. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I disagree. I think blue guitars sound better than red. I'm not even kidding. I like blue guitars better.
man, picking this up after playing
Yeah.
that feels so weird. This is like the polar opposite end of the guitar spectrum, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
I broke the jack on this yesterday at practice.
335 rosewood, 335 or 355 ebony. Okay.
Please don't screw around to me today. I stepped on the cable yesterday and made it worse.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh,
I need to
jeez.
fix the barrel jack on this guitar, and I've been avoiding it because the wiring is so pristine in this guitar that I don't want to touch it. But yeah, the jack is kind of going on me a bit, and I jammed her yesterday at practice. So. It's super hi-fi, but it's a different sound, right?
Yeah.
So who here is into like the full blown like Aristides or like Headless or Strandberg, like full modern,
A bossy.
like Abasi, yeah, 100%. Like intentionally trying new and kind of like forward thinking
Innovative.
concepts. Yeah, totally. This guitar, I can't really say enough about. I've had it since 2017, and
A
since
Pinto
then,
to a Ferrari.
yeah, I wouldn't call this a Pinto. I'd call this like a Mustang.
Lamborghini.
No,
to a
this
Ferrari.
is the Lambo. This is the
Okay.
Mustang.
Well, I was saying this is the Lambo, this is the Ferrari.
This isn't the Lambo. This is classic. This is old.
This is nice though.
Yeah, but there's
Okay,
different
from a
types, there's
Ferrari
different
to a
types
Lambo.
of nice.
From a Ferrari
old,
to a
old
Lambo.
Ferrari. I would consider this like an American muscle car.
Okay.
Yeah, Ferrari's Italian.
And a supercar.
Yes.
Actually, I guess that would make sense because it's innovative. Okay. I'm on the same page now.
But anyways, polar
For now.
opposite end of the
For now.
spectrum. So this guitar has been my main guitar since 2017 for pretty much everything. Aristides is a Dutch company, and these are all composite. They're made of a material called Arium. So this is obviously on the total end of the spectrum from like a vintage instrument, but it's not affected by weather or anything, which is amazing, because traveling with it or touring with it or whatever, it's always good to go. Oh, Joel, I'm totally kidding, man. Sorry, I wasn't trying to bust your balls at all. Sorry, man.
You're saying that was the Pinto?
This is the Pinto. Yeah, this thing sucks. No, this is my favorite guitar. But yeah, I don't know. It's like not affected by weather. I've had to set up a handful of times, and it's mostly just been with the bridge. But like it sounds amazing. It feels amazing. Like it's just so quick, and for any of like the more hi-fi modern tones, like it's just so perfect because yeah. It's so resonant, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes like it's even when I back it off, like it's still so like balanced.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you want a little more of the top end. Like you can get it with the split though. But even on like the position 2, like it still is big, right? Like. Just a different type of sound, I guess, you know, like, and it's engineered essentially just to be like perfectly balanced, and it is. Like playing that same riff. Definitely more vibe with that, but more articulation and clarity with this. And I think overall, you know, when you go to like the higher gain tones. Like, come on. Like, it's so big. Like, how do you beat that, man? Like, have you tried this thing?
No, I haven't.
Give it a go.
I've tried the 7-string.
Yeah.
Oh, and Derek's 060.
This one feels different. This is so the 7-string and the 7-string and Derek's both are the raw.
Okay.
So this is actually
the actual finished
This is
one?
like the full finished model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Aristides with an Evertune would literally be the most stable guitar in the world.
It would be.
Like, yeah, not affected by temperature, doesn't go out of tune.
And it wouldn't be too heavy either. Like, because the
But
Evertunes are wicked.
tap the back of that though.
This?
It's hollow. That's why it's so
Oh,
resonant. Yeah. In fact, that thing's dirty. I gotta clean it.
It's okay. Every guitar on these boats
Yes, I know.
are wicked dirty.
I'm aware.
Oh, would you look at that, guys? It stays in tune. But actually, there we go.
Oh, the jack is a little finicky
know.
on it. Yeah, that's the one that I just broke. You'll get it to sit though. And the jack is my fault. It's not Aristides' fault. I broke it physically by being an idiot. So I'd say for you, go to position 4.
Oh, I gotta get the jack working first.
Just pull it out a little bit.
Oh, like just a bit?
Yeah, there you go. And then go to position 4. That guitar is made of a material called Arium, which is, I'm just answering Terrible's question. It's a material that they engineered themselves. It starts as a liquid base, I believe, and they inject it into the mold of the body of this guitar and it solidifies, and then they have a couple other materials that kind of go on the exterior coating. On the raw guitars, it doesn't have the final outer layer on this, so it feels a little more brushed, like a little more matte, and is also a little bit cheaper and quicker for them to build because it doesn't have to go through the whole final paint process. Is it not working, or are you just playing
No, it
really
is.
quietly?
I was playing super quiet.
Okay. That's different. It's a different type of attack.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Illuminati where you don't really feel it on the neck
As much.
as much. You still feel it, but not as much.
Yeah. Nice.
like that. Udder layer is from cows.
It's the dairy layer. Yeah. Not to be confused with the oat version. Nice.
Am I out of tune? It's probably my hand, honestly. I play so heavy that I pull stuff out of tune. Oh, Robbie. Oh, no. Shrimp back.
No, it's good.
Hold on.
Dave, I met them through Aaron, through Intervals. Kind of. No, I met them through Rev. I met them through, it was actually through Kyle, actually. So Kyle used to work for Aristides. Aristides Day was happening in Orlando, which was an event that they put on I remember this now, it was May 2016. Me and Derek went down to Orlando for Aristides Day, which Rev sponsored, and met Kyle, got linked up with them kind of through that, and then Pascal reached out when I started touring with Intervals, just about sending out a few guitars, because they were still, like, I'd say they're doing fantastic now. They were still getting a little more established, I think, around then, and they wanted their guitars just out being played by more people that were gigging, so they were nice enough to send me this purple one, and I've used it as my main guitar since then. So
That's a crazy contour on the back here.
yeah, it's really nice.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
Also, James, I'm pretty sure, you know what, I could be mistaken, but don't Aristides also have a T-style?
They do.
Kind of, and then this is kind of
Yeah, and
somewhat the S.
they also do the tees with a heavy gloss finish if you
Okay.
want. It's not all just the matte finish. Yeah, the tees actually feel like a Telly. Like, it doesn't feel like this feels very shreddy. Like the Telly,
Yes.
the Telly still feels like a Telly, which is really cool.
Interesting.
Grab the 7th string here.
See, I actually knew something for once.
Wow, you were actually correct about
But
that.
then I had to tread lightly. I was scared.
And then, yeah, this is the 7th string model, which is the 070R. So this one is, R just stands for raw, which pertains to it not having that last outer coating there.
Udder, yeah, the udder.
The outer coating, the lactose version.
Oh, jeez. Someone's got to wash their hands before playing these guitars.
Well, I was playing that one last.
I mean, it's fine.
The 060 is at 26 and a half. Like, man, you can hear every note there so clearly. That's the same tuning, right? Yeah.
Drop G sharp.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really dig this guitar a lot. Same
Oh,
thing,
this
like
is an Evertune.
this one I got in 2019. And I think it was one of the earlier 070R models to go out. Just because they were trying to promote them as like a cheaper price point with quicker build. Because they're all built to order, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like same thing. First tour I took out with it, it was just super, super, super solid. I think we only ended up using it for 3 or 4 songs. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a full 7-string set, but yeah, and the gold and everything too is like sick. But
I dig the pink.
yeah, I really like. It's like a pink highlighter. But I gotta clean all these things, man. They're looking dirty. This one has bare knuckles in it. This one has the bare knuckle Aristides Customs. The other
Okay.
one has Seymour Duncan's. Yeah. Really next give no poops about temperature or humidity because metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got a point?
Yeah. So what do you guys think? What kind of field is the audience in here today? Are you guys more of like you guys are into, what's coming out these days, or do you prefer to find, older guitars, or just do you prefer more classic designs, whether they're new or old? I think I'm generally, like, obviously the Aristides are like full-blown modern. If I'm going to go with something a little more classic, I'm probably a fan of a Strat with like the necessary modern modifications, like any sort of vintage Strat with like locking tuners and an updated trem, or like a Sur or like a Schecter, like the NJs, like anything like that follows a classic design, just with the necessities that
have been upgraded for a reason. I would say is where I kind of fall within that.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like with I like the look of vintage stuff more, or like more classic models, I guess you could say. But I like the modern accessories. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know.
Hardware.
Hardware. Yeah, sure.
JRT Me
That
says
works.
it best. I like it all. Yeah. Facebook user, love Charvel guitars.
Okay.
Awesome. Charvel makes some great stuff.
Yeah.
Like Charvel, Jackson, Fender. It's all the Fender family. Fender makes wicked stuff.
Gretsch.
Yep. Gretsch as well. Absolutely. Good job. You got that right too.
I know.
Nice one.
Don't worry.
Sick.
Don't worry, guys. I know.
Slow clap.
It's because it's classic.
Sweet. Yeah. Also, we're kind of getting there. If there's anything you guys want to hear, let us know
I'm
now.
gonna put this away.
Yeah. Put the 7-string away.
I do know.
Put her
about it.
away, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and it was fun. Kind of fun to play like a lot of guitars that were really, really vastly different, and even some of the same guitars that feel different because they're from a different era, or it's neat. It's always neat just to compare. Every guitar is like totally uniquely different. So. Also, any requests for Gear and Beer topics, let us know too. We're always looking for stuff. A lot of the topic ideas that we get are things that we find within the Facebook page. Any of that stuff. We're always looking to have fun and not necessarily teach, but just talk about things that you guys want to hear about. We're here to answer your questions, whether it's pertaining to Rev or not. So Luke can answer them really confidently and be wrong. and it's
Completely
funny.
wrong.
Yeah. So. Condiments, Luke. Yeah, condiments. The guitar is good condiments.
Yes.
Thanks,
I
Steve.
do like that.
Yeah.
Also, mustard is the best condiment.
String Theory on the Aerostede. Oh, Nick, I don't know how to play that one, unfortunately. I haven't had to play that one live yet. Sorry, dude.
Did we hear P90? No, we don't have any P90s here. Oh, no, we do. We have a Harley Benton over there. I don't want to get up and get it, though.
D20 versus the new amp. Well, the new amp's not here. Derek has it with him. What? There's a new amp? I didn't know that.
There's no such thing.
No, it doesn't exist.
We're done making things.
We don't have any P90 guitars here right now. Terrible. Sorry about that. No, we're definitely not against P90s. We just don't have anything here at the moment. Milk on cereal
Okay.
or cereal on milk? Milk on cereal, I think.
Yeah. You pour the cereal first, obviously. Get a
Yeah.
gauge for how much you want.
Yeah,
and
dude.
then
What
pour it in.
what if you just like pour too much cereal out and it splashes your milk everywhere? That's
the
bad. I
worst.
also don't really eat cereal that much anymore.
Fair enough.
But I was a cereal first.
You grew up, yeah.
No, I know adults that eat cereal. There's nothing wrong with eating cereal. Just don't anymore. Dave says correct. Nice, I passed. Do you know people that have said opposite of that, and are they serial killers?
They are.
Literally?
They are because they. Yeah.
I didn't even mean to
They
make that
dr-
joke.
they
Wow, I was like a
drowned-
2-in-1.
They drown the cereal with the milk. Guitar of the MGs. We might have one here. I doubt it.
Nope, not
No,
allowed.
not in the reach here, but we might have some up there. I don't know.
Derek has that old
Fernandez.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
See, man, I'm on a roll right now.
Classic cereal or modern cereal?
Oh,
Dude,
it's-
it's hard to screw with Life cereal or
Oh
Cheerios.
man, Cinnamon Life.
Cinnamon Life is pretty ripping.
That is life right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these super colory, sugary cereals have saturated the cereal market.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Give me some Cheerios and we're good.
Although the chocolate peanut butter Cheerios are really good. There are adult
So
cereals.
Reese's,
Oh, Reese's.
Reese Puffs.
Yeah,
is
but
basically
they're
what that Reese
yeah,
Puff
but
is.
it's
You know what's
good.
funny, dude? If you look like
Cinnamon Life.
obviously, if you get the whole grain Cheerios, it's like different. But if you look at the nutritional, like the food guide thing on the Reese Puffs and like the Honey Nut Cheerios, it's like really no different. It's like you got to get like the whole grain Cheerios if you're gonna do it. Sweet. Hey, I'm sorry just for reading your name out in letters, JRT me. I don't know what it is, but thanks a lot for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
3 Link questions. Craig, what's up, dude? Craig is the guy who sent us these beers, and they're awesome. And this is the one that I like. Thank you for reminding me.
Thanks,
Manny.
Craig.
Yeah, Manny says thanks as well. The Awesome Flavor Hazy IPA. This is definitely my favorite IPA I've tried. Craig says, 3 Link questions. Do you prefer vintage vibes or modern vibes? Do you prefer vintage features or modern features? And then what combination would be ideal? I think I prefer the vibe of a vintage instrument and kind of like the, I don't want to say jankiness because that's a bad word to use for it, but like even like the 80s Strat was a good example. It just had these certain frequencies that just hit a lot harder because it wasn't quite as refined, which I liked. But certain features, like with modern features, good tuners, good bridge, good pickups, like those types of things I think have been updated for a reason. So I think aesthetically I prefer the vibe of vintage guitar, but with those
you know, just those attributes that are necessary for the guitar to actually perform, you know, those to me are kind of non-negotiable, I think. So, yeah. And no problem at all, dude. Yeah, I'll get some merch. I just got your email back before this. I'll send out some merch for you guys tomorrow. We'll send out some goodies. Thanks, Craig. Really appreciate it, man. We're going to make these last for a couple streams, hopefully, because last time we smashed them, like, right away. So, yeah. Sweet. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's the thing, man. Like, obviously, like, the appeal of, like, the vintage instruments is because they're vibey, you know? Like, they did a thing. And again, it kind of comes down to genre as well, where, you know, some genres of music tonally are seeking that now again, like more of those vintage tones. I don't want to say hipster because that's what the word that Derek uses for it. But you know what I mean? It's like, you know, a lot of those older tones and styles, and like, especially in like folk music or like singer-songwriter stuff, are like super prevalent right now. And I think that's why there's been a resurgence in popularity in like vintage gear, because those are the things that do those sounds. Like, it's not replicas of those things. So I guess it also depends on the specific sounds you're trying to achieve, right? So. There he is. Dude, you only chime in. I don't know if you have this on and you're just like, there's like certain keywords that like perk Derek's interest, and then he's like in there. That's awesome. Hipsters, basically. Hipsters, vintage gear is for hipsters. Thanks, Derek. Craig, grab a 98 Les Paul and vintage subscriber pressing. Dude, that's like, yeah, it's crazy to think that that's like 25 years old now. But like, yeah, the 90s Les Pauls feel so good, dude. Yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, anything else you guys want to hear? We're getting there for sure. Probably going to wrap up real soon. Make sure to tell all your pals about the streams, because we're going to have, in a couple weeks, things are going to start coming to light that we haven't actually shown on here yet. Some new stuff, some new fun stuff that might have to do with
it's Dorian.
What, Dorian's coming in the stream?
No, that's who we're showing. The new fresh face.
Derek, I'm sorry. Derek, I'm sorry to hear that. Derek, Craig just sent us these beers, dude. Craig's from Torchlight, and he sent us these awesome beers. If you're going to call these hipster, then I guess I'm a hipster, because I love these. So there you go. Haven't seen Sean today. Sean is, I'm not sure if he's traveling to meet those guys, but Sean is going to be meeting up with Derek and Dan and them.
Eventually, yeah.
So he's either in transit or has arrived with them. Besides Rev, what's your favorite amp? I'm a fan.
You sit behind us.
Oh, behind us?
Like on the wall tech. Yeah. But you can also say not on the wall.
For me, on the wall, probably the Friedman, like the BE. Yeah, I would say the Friedman BE.
I would go with the Bogner Ecstasy or the AFD Marshall. The Slash.
AFD does sound really good, yeah. Oh, and George, if you're watching, I got your email. I will send out your prize for guessing the AFD on the last stream.
Sammy is like a modern metal hipster.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it. Sean's with you guys. Nice. He made it.
AFD.
Craig, I was gonna say, man, got the brewery going, got all the gear. That's sick. Got the full kit.
So Canadian.
So Canadian. Yeah, dude, from Nelson, BC too. Nelson is also like a really, like, I hate to say hip little town, but like Nelson's cool. I don't know if you guys have been there. Like, it's sweet.
I have not.
It's a really sweet little town with lots going on for sure. So, but yeah, I think on this wall for me, probably the Friedman, the BE. The AFD is a second. And then maybe the Bogner. Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, Luke, you don't have as many pedals that you can do on today.
I know. You guys did that on purpose.
We're gonna sign out. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. NAMM is in 2 weeks, so will we be here? Yeah, we'll be here next week.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be here next week, and then the following week we will be streaming to you from NAMM, and there might be some new things that we're going to be revealing. So again, tell your friends and come join us, because there's going to be a lot of fun stuff happening in the next little while. Lots of fun new releases, and we're almost there. We can't wait to share with you guys. There's a really good picture of Alex on the prompter right now that I have to ignore because it's awesome.
Who all is going to NAMM?
Oh, Dylan, Derek loves the Boss MA1. You saw the video with the mascot amp?
Oh,
yeah, with the 58, yeah.
$100 for that.
Of course, but that doesn't count. I saw someone comment on that poster like, that was my first amp, it actually was sick. It's like, really, it doesn't sound that bad for what it is, dude. Like, it sounds better than like those Marshall pocket amps that you get these days, you know?
He says we keep it locked in my office.
So sorry, lastly, before we sign off, is there anyone here that's going to NAMM? And if you are going to NAMM, let us know when you're going to stop by the booth so that we can make sure we have some time to hang out. because it'd be really nice to see some of you guys there.
I don't know what booth we're at, but
56 something. I want to say 5631. That's the number that sounds like it's right in my head. Derek, what's our booth number? Am I even remotely correct? I think it starts with 5.
Just look for a giant.
I know I have it on my email and I have it saved on my computer, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's 5631.
5641.
Wow, it was close actually. Okay, not bad.
Robbie's
5641. Yeah, Robbie's got the group there as well. Make sure to join the group. We'll be posting lots of teasers of all the new releases and all the new fun things in the group. First and foremost, you'll get the first taste. And you want to be cool. So, you want to join the
I'm
group.
giving you a backing track.
I know you are. It's great. I appreciate it. Because what I'm saying is really not that interesting.
I'm making it heartfelt.
So, you want to join the group. All your hopes and dreams will come true. Okay. I can't think of anything else to say. Look at Stevie finally pinning a comment. Nice. Nice. It only took this long. That's great. Going to Flux. Going to will be signed by the booth
Sweet.
on Thursday. Awesome, man. Great. Definitely make sure to come say hey.
Oh, thanks, Dylan.
Congrats on being an old man now. 20 years young. Cool. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna get the Derek noises going here. Actually, you know what?
Wait.
Let's do it with the reverse delay and just
Smash the like button.
smash the like.
Before you can't hear me anymore.
Smash it.
They grow up so fast.
Why is it not going the way I wanted to? Dang it, Strymon. It killed my thing. It was doing better before.
I don't know what he's got here. Swell. That'll work, right?
There we go.
Manny.
Okay, bye. That was fun. See you later, guys.